if you are listening to me right now, you feel like, Candy, I'm not successful and this is not working for me. Why? You got to check your habits. Are you really truly following the system? Are you truly showing up and asking questions? Are you
Right.
truly being part of the community? Because as a top leader, you have to really lead whatever you do.
What's going on, everyone? My name is Nigel Harmon, and I'm here with the amazing Candy Wyndham. And she is the founder and CEO of a company called Lead 100, where she works with corporations, CEOs, and entrepreneurs to increase their income and impact. So, Candy, welcome.
Thank you, Nigel. I'm super excited to be here. Yes, this is all that. Something that I really wanted to point out is that excitement and appreciation of this time, and especially for everyone who is listening to us right now.
Absolutely. I believe like energy is a big importance to you, and so I definitely welcome that energy to all those that are watching, and we definitely want to learn a little bit more about your story and some of the amazing things that you've done. So maybe you could just give an intro about yourself and some, a little bit of your story.
Oh my God, my story. So when you see somebody successful, sometimes we forgot in where they started. And this is something that I wanted to share because the success that I have right now is because I have to overcome so many limiting beliefs. I would say limiting belief or beliefs that I had before that were not serving me and the future me, right? So who I was, and I believe something that is my root cause is anything, is that I used to be somebody who didn't believe that it was possible. And everything started when as I was actually walking into a really bad relationship in Colombia because I'm Colombian. You
Mm.
probably can hear my accent right now too. So I was literally, I opened my eyes and I was literally walking into a hospital where I was having a heart attack. And in that moment, I realized why I am here? What happened to me? Because I was only 25. So in that moment, I just started like thinking about the things that I needed to overcome and what did it happen to me. And something that I come to me, it was that I always was listening to everybody's opinions and said, instead of just focusing on me, I was focusing on my ex-husband and my kids, and my family all around. And the last person that I was thinking, and that was about me. So that moment in the hospital, well, I was hugging about, I was hugged to so many machines around me. I literally just decide I need to change. I needed to change this, and this is not what I want. When I look around, I was basically with people who were like 90 years old, 80 years old, with Alzheimer, with HIV, with you name it, so many disease and people dying. I saw multiple women around me dying, and I was dying. So what did get me out of that hospital? It was the belief that I need to have a second chance. So if you are an entrepreneur and a business owner that feel like sometimes it's like so hard and I don't know how to get out of this hole, trust me, you can get out. If I did it, you can get out too. So after I leave the hospital, I actually decided that I needed to change. I got divorced. I actually remarried with a husband that I had been married for 23 years. And he opened a new opportunity for me, and I have to learn English because I moved from Colombia to the United States. So I had to learn everything again. And and I was not afraid. I was just excited about what it was.
Yeah.
And I'm sharing this story because it's like an entrepreneurship journey. And we as CEOs, we encounter all the time the moment that we think about the employees, the clients, everybody, but you forget about yourself. That's what I focus so much in selfish leadership because it's the only way that you can overcome and you can actually create the world and the planet and the environment that you want to create for you and your business and the people around you. So
Yeah.
yes, that's where I came from, and how probably, you probably want to wonder, how do you become a coach? I feel like I become a coach for a long, long time because people always reach out to me, Candy, what do I do about this? Candy, what about? But I didn't know that I had that skill until I actually put the name and the title on it. That was in 2018 when I feel like finally decide, yes, I'm gonna go all in. But yes, that's my story. And I came from, honestly, from Colombia with no clothing. Sometimes I didn't have no food, no medical, a struggle with jobs, a struggle with education. So just for somebody who didn't have nothing to have everything right now, just imagine yourself right now. It is possible for you too.
Wow, that's really inspiring. I think a lot of people need to hear that because, people always will see the end result of where you're at right now, and they don't really understand the amount of struggles and hardship that, inevitably comes with running a business and just being, living life. And so, that's amazing. And so, where did the shift happen where you became, you said you had to make a change and then you started being a coach and then you saw an opportunity to help people in the market, like what did that shift look like where you saw this opportunity to help entrepreneurs and business owners and stuff like that?
Yes, so I love this question because I normally don't share this only on my book, Chosen. That's actually what I share my story about it. But I was working for the state of Florida. Well, I was actually working in the office when I received a phone call from my daughter. And my daughter was like, Mom, that my other son didn't go to school. And then he posts all over social media that he wants to kill himself. So that moment, I just grabbed all my stuff from my desk. I run out the door, and my manager just hold my hand, and he said, "You cannot leave the office until you complete your time sheet." That moment, I literally decide I'm not going back to work ever again, and I drove back from Florida to my home. It was like 45 minutes drive, and I feel like I was driving for hours because I wanted to be home to hug my son and figure out what happened. But
Yeah.
at that moment when I was helping my son with the suicidal thoughts that he has, I went to the Tony Robbins event at UPW, and because he's really good about, you know, helping people with those struggles.
Yeah.
In that moment, my son was like only 17. He was laughing. We purchased the biggest and most expensive ticket just to be close to him and close to really high level people. And he was so happy, but I was crying. I was crying, and I can just see right now. I saw the whole audience and the attendees like being so hyped, and I was just crying. And that moment I decide, oh my God, this is something that I need to do. And this is something that I wanted to do. And I imaged myself doing the same thing. And in January, I actually hosted my first live event for Lee 100. And that was like completely something that I would say it was not in my radar, that it was something that it was possible for me, but I did. So that's how the transition happened. It was from being working in a full-time job and to actually decide to stay home just because I needed to be home around my kids. They were all teenagers and I needed to. So I feel like I made the best decision, and since then I just start like impacting people and impacting just the most that I can until somebody asks me like you right now. It's like, Candy, so how'd you get here? And
Yeah.
then I start sharing my story, how did I get there? And then they were like, oh, this is an opportunity to actually teach all entrepreneurs how they can do B2 business, to be consultants, how they can be easily and get easily contracts and clients that way and increase the authority credibility. That's how, for just one person, they asked me, how do you do it?
Right.
So everything I would say, everything that starts by have the confidence that it is possible.
Yeah. Wow, amazing. And so it seems like there was, even when you were going through this, you were just kind of working on faith because it seems like there's some uncertainty in the beginning, right? How did you overcome that uncertainty? 'Cause it seems like you got really pulled into your message to serve, but I'm sure it wasn't all smooth, like rainbows on the
Oh.
way. So talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I something that I teach in my book and it's about the 6 P's, and one of the things that I have to overcome was the people pleaser because I always wanted to
Mhm.
please everyone.
Yeah,
Please everyone. And then when I decide to be the selfish leader, right? To say, no, I'm gonna taking care of my business. This is what my brand is, and this is what I needed to do. That's when my confidence started growing. But my lack of confidence was when I was putting everybody else's opinions first before what I think about it and how I feel about it.
right,
So that's when things just completely start changing. And you know something important here too is when you have the first client and you and the whole career in your business that tell you how amazing you are and they get the results because that's where you feel, oh, actually I'm doing a good job here.
yeah,
Because you don't know. Honestly, when you
right,
start your coaching company, you don't know what is gonna happen with that person until they actually told you, like, Candy, you changed my life. I would never do this if you never reach out to me or never you insisted to be in the masterclass of the challenge, right? So it
right,
was really amazing just to have that feedback.
right, right. And I love the name that you said, selfish leader, because, I think you hear the saying like success is not something you get, but it's something you attract by becoming the person that becomes attractive, right? And I see you actually working with a lot of very high level entrepreneurs and business leaders, and I'm sure they came to you for a reason because of the attractive personality of you changing to become that, to step into that next level, right? And so I love that. I love that message absolutely. And so what would you say, like, these business owners, CEOs, entrepreneurs that you're helping, what are some of the challenges and problems that you typically see? And then how do you help them overcome those things?
Okay, so let's talk about the corporations right now. So what is something that I really help the corporations is to build in teams, right? And right now, the biggest problem that they have is that they have people working virtually, all the people working in the office. So the CEO wants everybody in the office, and then the manager said, no, everybody can be virtual, and the other manager, no, we can have a half. So basically, is like teaching them and give them the tools that they needed so they can work with the people's experience at the best they can, right? Because corporations right now, especially here in Tampa, when people don't feel like moving to Florida because it's more expensive or because they have their living expenses are too high, so they have to work with people who already have a high talent virtually. So basically, I work with the CEOs and the high top level leaders to make sure that they have the right mindset to build their team and support them the best they can so they can have the best results in the sales perspective, especially because we are selling no matter which department we work in, right? That's in corporations. And then for the entrepreneurs, one of the things that I really help is to become the best selfish leader they can be. Why? Because to be a servant heart, because as you probably have seen my tap line everywhere, live from your heart. Yes, you can live from your heart because you have to start with them. You have to start with all on you, make sure that you're taking care of yourself, make sure that you do what it needs to do. Like yesterday in a coaching call, I was sharing, this is the 10 habits of Lee Hundred. This is what you must follow. This is what you must do. And to be able to do that, and it's all about the organization. It's not about others, it's about your organization. So it's all about focusing in you and your company. And then after that, you can focus on others. Mhm.
Right, right, right. Love that. Okay. And I've been following a lot of what you're saying on your social media, and you have some incredible results. So, it really definitely caught my eye, and I would love to talk a little bit more about that because obviously with big results, it's big value, right? So you have to be delivering a lot of value, or else you wouldn't be getting those results, right? So maybe could you talk about a little bit of some of the client results that you're really proud of, or some, because I believe you said you did like 200K in like 2 months, which is incredible. And so maybe talk about some of the results that you're able to produce for your clients and what you want to duplicate in sense for the future clients.
Yeah, so their success is my success, right? If they are
Yeah,
not successful, I don't feel that I'm successful with their client. But one of the biggest right now that I have, one of the top clients that I have is that it was very difficult for them to leave the 9 to 5 job, especially when they are making over 300K a year, right?
yeah,
As a
right.
top leader, as a top leader of a company, how am I gonna leave this income
Yeah,
to go on my coaching? And now he officially, you know, tell us and share with me that he's leaving in December. So December is gonna be a bye bye, and now he's completely focused. And the moment that he decides to let go of that, I would say the secure umbrella. Right now, the opportunities are coming all the way. So he's been like closing deals all the time, and people are resigning to work for him. So that's the beauty of what, my success is, it goes through their success, right?
right,
Because if they are so super successful, I get the success as well. And I have another client too that it was like literally in two ways. Like I want to quit my coaching business, a consulting business, to go back to work as an RN. And right now she's crushing it. She just did her highest month that was over 30K in cash. So we actually record cash. We don't record sales because we don't believe that's the true money. The true money is part of your cash flow.
right,
So we work on the cash flow and right now she's already over 200K. So all the success that they have, but it doesn't happen just because of me. It's because it happened because they follow through the process and they show up, they ask questions. They're the ones who always on the call. So when I see them, so if you are listening to me right now, you feel like, Candy, I'm not successful and this is not working for me. Why? You got to check your habits. Are you really truly following the system? Are you truly showing up and asking questions? Are you
right,
truly being part of the community? Because as a top leader, you have to really lead whatever you do. It's not just follow, you just gotta lead. So their success is super amazing. And I have another client that she's going to be speaking over 200, 2,000 people tomorrow. Prepare her with the keynote, prepare her with the whole sponsor, with the table to make sure that they have all the tools and materials so she can just rock it out tomorrow. So that's what the success of my company for somebody who just had the dream and right now they're just crushing it.
that's amazing. I love that. Okay. And so, I think this is just a smidget, like a small sample of what's going to be provided. I know you're also running a challenge, which is very exciting. The Two Zeros Masterclass coming up, I believe, in November, very soon,
22nd.
right? 22nd. Yeah, fantastic. And so maybe we could talk a little bit about what that is and what people can expect from that.
Okay, so I believe and time is everything. If I don't want to waste my time, I don't want to waste your time, right? So I am a believer the master classes is the way. I'm a believer that master classes is the way. So I'm actually hosting a 4 hour master class that I'm going to be sharing somebody or whoever is going to be in the room to have the best strategies they can have to maximize the offer. Because if you really want to have the success that you have to have a killer offer. And I call it in my business lead offer because you want to lead the offer with your industry. You cannot be the same. It cannot be just something that anybody can just find on the web. It's something that has to be completely exclusive, right? So those people are going to be able to find, the three strategies that they can implement right away in their offer. And also for the VIP, they will be able to have a chance to ask me questions, but it's going to be on November 26th for 4 hours, very simple, straight. You're going to love it. And the most important thing is that you're going to meet a lot of top leaders as well in that room.
100%. So, guys, do not miss out on this opportunity. I'm going to be dropping the link down below. So make sure to click that link and check it out. Candy, this was a pleasure to speak with you and connect. If you have if anyone wants to connect with you, or work with you on a deeper level, how can they reach out?
Well, the best way is to go to my website, candywindham.com. You can find a lot of resources, how to connect with me directly, join to free trainings or to pay trainings, whatever is easier for you. And that's the best way to connect with me. And then we can connect also in social media. So you will find me everywhere too as well.
Awesome, awesome. Again, we'll drop all the links down below. But thank you so much for your time, Candy, and thank you for sharing your message with us. I'm very excited about this challenge that's coming up. I'm definitely gonna be a part of it, and I'll see all you guys on in the challenge.
All right. Also, thank you.
Thanks.